Hello everyone, welcome back to the Matchday Tavern. My name is Key. We are live for Spain, España versus Cape Verde. Luis de la Fuente's España, La Roja against the Blue Sharks led by Bubista. Bubista is the Cape Verde manager. His real name is Pedro Leitao Brito, but he's known as Bubista. So there you go. Spent his entire coaching career on the island of Cape Verde, now leading the national team. He is basically a national hero of Cape Verde. And for Spain, you've got Luis de la Fuente, who's kind of a lifer of the Spanish youth system. Won the Euros, 2 Nations Leagues, kind of come up through the ranks now, leading the national team. Very much in the way of a number of Spanish managers who are now top of the tree. If you look at Pep Guardiola, Luis Enrique, managing the youth setups and then coming up all the way through the clubs that they've dominated in, and maybe Luis de la Fuente follows a similar path. Really interesting game, this one, because Lamine Yamal, who all the stories have been surrounding on whether or not he's going to be even entirely fit for this tournament, the stories have all been centred on whether or not Lamine Yamal is going to make this starting lineup. And the news we have is that he doesn't. He's on the bench, but he is fit for the tournament. The Spanish team is on your right-hand side. You can see Unai Simon starts in goal, Marcos Llorente, Pau Cabasi, Aymeric Laporte, and Real Madrid's new left-back, Marc Cucurella, is there. And in midfield, it's Pedri, Rodri, and Fabian Ruiz. That's not a bad one, is it? Rodri Ballon d'Or winner. Pedri, Barcelona's new Xavi, I guess. And Fabian Ruiz, who has just come off the back of 2 back-to-back Champions Leagues with PSG. Front 3 is Gavi, Ferran Torres, and Mikel Oyarzabal of Real Sociedad. Very, very likeable guy. Oyarzabal, I really like him a lot. For Cape Verde, there's a few names in there that you might maybe recognise. Maybe, possibly, Jovan Cabral, who is former Sporting Lisbon. But there's an awful lot of interest, I guess, from Cape Verde as a nation in this tournament, because in this game in particular, Spain, former World Cup winners, maybe world number 1, maybe favourites for this tournament. You would expect Spain to win this 1-0. But as we saw last night, lots of bookies very happy, I'm sure, with Curaçao nicking one against the Germans. I love that Spanish training kit. Oh, well, it's the top, isn't it? The jacket. Like a wet look. Very nice. Very nice. Before we get stuck into today's game, I do just want to give a very big shout out, as always, to friends, sponsors of the channel, Oxford Natural, who are sponsoring the Matchday Tavern throughout this World Cup. A big, big thank you to Oxford Natural and the Optimum Day and Night Supplements, who are continuing to sponsor the Matchday Tavern. You've probably already heard of them if you've been on social media over the last 6 months or so, I'm sure, and 12 months and even longer, to be honest. You'll have seen the great results that people like Michael Owen, Robbie from AFTV, KG, have had fantastic results, and they've been singing the praises of the Optimum Day and Night Supplements. And if you're looking to make some positive changes with your health, if you're, thinking I need to get myself in order here, then go and check it out. Go and scan the QR code that's on screen now. You can also have a look in the description. There's a link in the description that'll take you to the site where you can find out more. You can find out more about the stories and the, how it all works. Optimum Day is basically about helping you with your cravings, keeping you on track throughout the day. Optimum Night is about helping you rest, reset, and recover properly. And it's dead straightforward. You can go and check it out. Some fantastic results, as we're seeing on screen right now. And you can get 70% off your first order with code KEY70 if you scan the QR code. Or you can just go to the link in the description. Go and show them some love. Really, really great guys, Oxford Natural, and getting some fantastic results with the stuff. I've not been on it for months, as I've said. I've not been on it for months. There's no quick fix with this stuff, but I'm really trying. I'm trying to make some positive changes. So yeah, if you want to get on board with it, go and check it out. Great bunch of guys. Thank you very much to Oxford Natural again. And with that said, thank you for your patience. Let's get stuck into today's live. The players are out on the pitch. They're doing the national anthems. Let me get the chat up on screen. Sorry. Where are we? Right. Lovely to see everyone in the chat, by the way. Apologies for last night. Yeah, we had a last minute. Was it last? It was last night, I guess, wasn't it? It was Scotland Haiti. I was supposed to do Scotland Haiti. And my little girl, she's had chicken pox, so she's not been well. And yeah, she just came down really, all of a sudden, just didn't come down very well. So I didn't think it was a particularly wise or fatherly thing to do to go and stream. So I wanted to go and look after her. And she wasn't great either the day after. So again, I missed yesterday's football, but I did watch some fantastic games yesterday. I watched most of them actually. I watched Germany, Curaçao. We watched them together actually, sat on the couch. Netherlands and Japan, I watched. And I also stayed up after they'd gone to bed. I stayed up and I watched Ecuador versus Ivory Coast. What a game that was, by the way. Oh, we're going to have some fun with Jan Diamand in the Premier League, aren't we? Oh my God, he absolutely destroyed Piero Hincapié. I was reading up, Piero Hincapié, I think, has been dribbled past 19 times in the last, 2 years or something like that. But he got dribbled past 4 times in the first half by Jan Diamand. That's mad, isn't it? It's mad stats like that. Red Rebellion, good to see you. Aftab. Who else have we got in the chat today? Julius. Jelly, love to see you, mate. Stephen, City of Northville, great guys, love you. Who else have we got in tonight? CG. Sarah, hey Key, how's your little girl? She's a little bit better. I think, to be honest, it's chicken pox in it, so it's a couple of weeks really, and it just swings and roundabouts. Ollie, are you going to be doing the Argentina game tomorrow night? Yes, that's the plan. I'm certainly doing that one. I am. So tomorrow, the plan is I do France, Senegal, and then I can't really do Iraq, Norway, and then Argentina. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do France, Senegal, and then I'm going to do Iraq, Norway. Sorry, and then I'm going to do Argentina, Senegal. I'm going to skip Iraq and Norway. Shell, lovely to see you. Finners Matty, I don't even know. Who else are we missing? Johnny. Great to see you, Johnny. I follow the Blues. Former Frenchman, centre-back for Spain. Yep, I'm Eric Laporte. 3-star afternoon, Key. Hope you're all well. Cheers, man. Yeah, good, man. How are you? You've got a delusional Arsenal fan in the chat. Who's that? Who's the delusional Arsenal fan? Okay, here, Key. Do you think Spain are favourites to win the group and go all the way? I think they'll almost certainly win the group. Yeah, I don't see a world in which Uruguay or Saudi Arabia finish above Spain. I think Spain probably win. I think Spain are good for at least 7 points in this group. They'll beat Saudi, they'll beat Cape Verde, and I think maybe they get a point against Uruguay. Saudi Arabia, Uruguay is going to be a fascinating game though this morning, because I was debating staying up for that one. That one's going to be really, really interesting, because Saudi Arabia are no mugs, you know. They're starting to pick up some real form. It feels like they've started to get a way of playing. They're not a team that you just disregard anymore. I think Saudi Arabia could surprise a few. Hillary, how's it going? I'm not doing Uruguay tonight, no. I'm doing this one, and then I'm doing Belgium, Egypt, and then that's me done for the night. Part-timer. Right, TikTok, sorry, TikTok, I am with you. Ethan, how's it going? C. Wheatley, Will, good to see you. Jack. Thomas, you're back. I am, mate, I'm back. I'm back amongst it. Shay, hope you're well, Key. Seen you ain't been on for a couple of days. Well, not quite a couple of days. I was only not on for Scotland. I was only yesterday. I missed Scotland and Haiti at 2 a.m. because my little girl was poorly, and then I missed the 2 last night, which was Germany, Curaçao, Netherlands, Japan. They were the only but I ended up watching them all. I kind of missed Haiti, Scotland. I kind of dipped in and out of, but I saw the goal. But yeah, my little girl was poorly, so I was on dad duties. Here we go. Are we ready? Cape Verde goalkeeper is 40 years old. That's mad, innit? 40 years old. What are you doing at the World Cup? Ginge says, come on, Cape Verde. Got you in my sweepstake. Good lad. Ambitious. Well, Cape Verde are ranked 67 in the world. The captain, Ryan Mendes, is 36. The goalkeeper, Vozinha, is as you say, the older statesman of the team. It's also worth noting, Cape Verde topped their group. They got here by topping their group. They got in ahead of Cameroon. Finished ahead of Cameroon. First ever World Cup for Cape Verde. Connor says, how is Raya not starting? Unai Simon's a better goalkeeper than David Raya. I won't even debate that. Unai Simon is a top goalkeeper. He is a top goalkeeper. David Raya is a very good goalkeeper too, but I think he benefits from being in front of a very, very deep defence and a very good defence. Unai Simon's exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. Cheers, Shahid. Yeah, she is a little bit better, mate. She's getting there. Right, we're off and underway. Here we go. Off and underway in the... Where is this one? Is it the MetLife? Where is this? It's not the MetLife, is it? Where's this game being played? Oh, it's the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. That's the one. Unai Simon earned his spot, I agree. Aneda, greetings, lads and ladies. Yeah, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. A reminder that Spain are unbeaten since beating England in the Euro 2024 final. Or since winning Euro 2024. They went unbeaten in that tournament as well, didn't they? So they are unbeaten in 2 years. Absolutely sailed through qualifying. Scored 21, conceded just 2. And if you're looking for something to lock in on in play, Spain have scored at least 2 goals in every single game they've played. I think 13 straight games it is they've scored 2+ goals. 2 or more. Totally dominant in possession. Be no surprise at all if Cape Verde see less than 10% of the ball here. There he is, Luis de la Fuente. Talented manager. Jelly says Spain will dictate the possession, outpass the opposition like they're doing now. That's it. Yeah. Get on corners. I've got Spain to score first and Spain to have the first corner. Spain haven't lost since playing Scotland in qualifying for the Euros, right? I think that might be the case, yeah. That might be right. Hey, Johnny, how's it going, mate? Lovely to see you. I think the one to watch for Spain, as much as I really like, Pedri and Gavi and Lamine Yamal, of course, is the obvious one. I really, really like watching Pau Kabasi. I think Pau Kabasi is a wonderful defender. And I know it's easy to say, oh yeah, he's at Barca, of course. I just feel like at Barcelona, Hansi Flick plays such a high line and they press so high and they leave that much space in behind. And Pau Kabasi, he very rarely gets exposed. I think he's a wonderful, wonderful defender. Really, really talented young defender. Johnny, how's it going? I'm good, mate. Yeah, how are you? Aftab says, Key, you're 2 minutes behind. No, I'm not. Not according to ITV1, I'm not. 3 minutes, 19 seconds. You're 2 minutes behind, we'll try not to spoil it. What are your thoughts on Tunisia sacking their manager mid-World Cup? Yeah, Sabri Lamouchi sacked. I mean, do you know what? I thought Sweden. I've caught the highlight to that game. I didn't stay up and watch it. I was planning on doing it, but again, dad duties called, so I couldn't stay up and watch that one. But yeah, Sweden. Thought Sweden were terrific. Isak was brilliant. Yasin Ayari was absolutely fantastic. A really, really good, talented midfielder. Brighton have got some unbelievable scouting, haven't they? We know how long have we said that. But yeah, Sabri Lamouchi sacked after the first game at the World Cup. Apparently that one's been coming though. Apparently he has been he's been known to be a bit prickly in the past. I'm sure, hasn't he been manager of Nottingham Forest before? 3-star will tell me that. Sabri Lamouchi, I'm sure he was a player for Sunderland and he definitely managed Forest. And he's been known to be a bit prickly. I just wonder whether or not maybe that's been coming and the Tunisian FA have been looking for a reason to move him on. What did you think of Ivory Coast? Ivory Coast, honestly, that was an unbelievable game. Considering it was only 1-0, it was a great game to watch. Jan Diamand was special. They hit the crossbar. I think there was 3 times it hit the bar in that game. There was a bit of feistiness to it, a bit of an edge. Frank Kessie, Seiko Fofana, Moise Caicedo getting feisty a little bit. Enna Valencia as well. Maybe could have been sent off, lashed out a couple of times. The Ivory Coast players knew that Enna Valencia was injured. This has been said. They were talking about it on commentary at the time. But the Ivory Coast players knew that Enna Valencia had just come back from an injury, and every time they went in to tackle him, they left a bit on him, and you could see he was getting really wound up by it. And then I needed in that game. I needed over 5. Was it over? No, it was over 6 corners. I needed over 6 corners in the game. Ivory Coast to have 4 or more shots on target and a goal in the second half. And it was 0-0 until the 91st minute. And then Amad Diallo scored, and I was like that, trying to stay quiet and celebrate, going, yeah, get in there. Really trying to keep the volume down in the house. That Japan match was unreal. Yeah, the Dutch kind of threw that one away, didn't they? You know, Japan didn't really do an awful lot in that game. By the way, I don't know if you've seen this stat. I thought this was a really interesting stat. So, the Liverpool... Ryan Gravenberch, for the Dutch goal, Ryan Gravenberch crossed the ball in. Virgil van Dijk headed it, and it went in the far post. That is only the second time in World Cup history, that a Liverpool player has assisted another Liverpool player for a goal at the tournament. I thought that was a wonderful stat. A really, really wonderful stat. I've never seen anything like that. 2 players in history, 2 times in history that's happened. A Liverpool player assisting another Liverpool player. The first time it happened, and so far up to now, the only time that had happened was in 1966, when Ian Callaghan assisted Roger Hunt. Against France it was in the 1966 World Cup. And the second time it's happened is... And maybe there's something telling about that. The first time that happened, England went on to win the World Cup. And who was my tip for this World Cup coming into it? The Netherlands. So maybe it's an omen. Maybe that's a good omen for the Dutch. I said, watch out for the Dutch. So you could get 20 to 1, I think, for the Netherlands. And yeah, Ryan Gravenberch assisted Virgil van Dijk. Ginge, I've got Morocco to make the final. Ooh, I'm not sure about that one, Ginge. They played very well against Brazil, but I don't know if they can make the final. I'm not sure if I want them to make the final. I'll be dead honest. I'm really still annoyed about Morocco's tactics in the AFCON final. So annoyed by that. Have we had any corners yet? I need the first corner for Spain. No, 9 minutes in. 3-star says, Sabri Lamouchi nearly got Forest to the playoffs in the COVID season. In fact, we should have got to the playoffs that year if we did not drop 2 points to Derby. And City of Northville says Japan is scary because they basically chose to play defence only first half, then decided to flip a switch and suddenly were lethal offensively. They only really had 2 shots on goal, didn't they? I can't really remember them doing anything to... Verbruggen had nothing to do all game, and it was just... He picked the ball out of his net. I think he should have done better with the second goal. Yeah, Nunes back to Liverpool. I'm actually quite happy with that. I think that's a good move. Assuming he's on a free, I think it's a really smart move for Darwin Nunes. Finners Matty Key, did you see Van Dijk complaining about the drink breaks? I've seen a lot of people complain about the drinks breaks. It feels like everyone's having a go at them. Bryn just joined. You've not talked about us yet. Give it time, Bryn. I'll work towards speaking about Everton. We'll slate Everton at some point. Cheers, the old ways. Thanks very much, mate. Yeah, she is a little bit better now. She's getting the chicken pox. Will says, how close is Nunes realistically? Well, apparently, Martin Charquero, I think his name is. Martin Charquero, he's a South American, I think he might even be a Uruguayan journalist, has said that it's already done and dusted. It's just that Nunes is focusing on the World Cup, and it'll be announced after Uruguay exit the tournament. So, apparently it's a done deal. Darwin Nunes to return to Liverpool on a free. I'll take that. I'll kind of take that. Teaching Tony, we love you, Key. I love you, mate. Spain whipped in near post. We've had a corner. That's good. I've got Nunes. I've got Spain first corner. Now Cape Verde on the counter-attack. Daddy-O, it was like a high-fee loan for Liverpool selling Nunes. Basically, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Darwin Nunes, he must have had some sort of an exit clause in that deal with Saudi. That's the only thing I can assume, that maybe he's... Because they signed him for 70 million quid. Like, why is he now just allowed to leave on a free? I know the Saudis have got a bit of money, but they're not stupid. They wouldn't just throw it away like that. Surely not. Spain down the right-hand side. Ball in. Great chance. Oh, fabulous defending at the back stick from Cape Verde. That's wonderful defending. Really, really good defending. And I think is that going to be a shot on target? I don't think it is, actually. Will, who does Nakamura play for, Key? He plays for Reims, Stade Reims. Reims, whatever they're called. It's Reims in France, anyway. Yeah, he plays in France. He's only about 25, 26, I think. He's still relatively young. But yeah, it was a good goal. Number one security. How's it going? Good to see you, man. The old ways didn't miss much the other night. Scotland game was pretty poor, but everyone up here earned a bank holiday out of it. Well, then that's the main thing, right? That's the main thing. Your good lady wife wasn't giving you any more jip, was she? Yes, Timbo, how's it going? Everything all right with Premier League daughter, Key? She's all right. She's to be honest, mate, she's always chirpy and bubbly anyway. She's just vomiting everywhere. I don't want to say anymore. She was just not great. She's had chicken pox, so she was coming down with a fever, and she just wasn't herself. I spent all of yesterday afternoon making a Curaçao flag with my little brother just for them to be pumped 7-1. Nice. That's a nice little family thing to do, though, right? That's a good thing to do with your brother. Making a flag. "14 minutes. Spain dominant, as you'd expect, but not really laying a glove on Cape Verde just yet. Or is it Cabo Verde? Cape Verde, Cabo Verde? Another interesting point to note as well, by the way, in this Spain squad, it's the first time in World Cup history that Spain have sent a squad to the World Cup with 0 Real Madrid players. Not a single Real Madrid player in this entire squad. Thought that was really interesting. Carvajal and Dean Hyson both cut from the squad. They were probably the only 2 that had a realistic chance of making it. But, yeah, no Real Madrid players in the Spain squad for the first time in history. But as good as they have been, we have talked about Spain being unbeaten since Euro 2024. I think they're unbeaten since Scotland beat them in qualifying, funnily enough. But it's been a long time since Spain lost a game of football. But at the World Cup, they've not got a brilliant record. They're actually not brilliant at all in the World Cup. Just 3 World Cup wins in their last 11 matches. Since that's going back to 2010 when they won it. So their last 11 matches, they've won just 3. Madness. That's 2 last 16 shootout exits and a group stage flop when they were holders in 2014 as well. Andy says they finished the World Cup with a Madrid player in Cucurella. Well, that's true, actually, yeah. There is a Real Madrid player in there now. Spain with a strike. Too easy, that. Easy peasy, that, for Vozinha in the Capo Verde goal. Dean Hyson changed nationality and still didn't get in the squad. Good effort, that. Decent. Straight at the keeper. But yeah, they are the favourites for a reason. Anything short of the final, you would imagine, would be an absolute failure. Catastrophic failure for Cape Verde. We've got a yellow card. There you go. First yellow card of the game for an off-the-ball tackle by Lopez Cabral. Yeah, Lopez Cabral just... Is it an elbow, that, actually? I don't know if there's going to be... I don't know if there's going to be maybe a check on this one. Ball got played down the left-hand side. And... yeah, just Marcos Llorente just getting clobbered there in the face by Sydney Lopez Cabral. Sydney Lopez Cabral has been booked. And that looks like it's sufficient for the referee. Silly yellow. Yeah, absolutely silly yellow, correct. Would agree with that one, Aneda. Great piece of play. They're in. Ball pulled back. And Cape Verde squeeze it away just about. Sincerely feel bad for those who've got Spain to get a goal in the opening half hour because, oh dear. Well, do you know what? I did have a goal in each halves for this one, but I kiboshed it. The Germany-Curaçao game has kind of broken me a little bit because I really thought that would be the easiest ever Germany to win to 0. The easiest ever, but then a big deflection and it's, you know. Big Will Gaming says, so does the Cabral forward play? Yes, the Cabral forward, Jovane Cabral plays. He plays for Estrela Amadora in Portugal. Former Sporting Lisbon striker, Cabral. But there's also another Cabral on the left-hand side. He's at left-back. All boxed up. The worst stat is the overhyped Brazil team hasn't won a World Cup since 2002. Everything based on historical value only. Still good fun though, right? Still good fun. But Cape Verde are, historically, here's an interesting one that you might find relatively interesting anyway. Cape Verde are the second smallest nation in terms of population to ever qualify for the World Cup. And the smallest nation to ever qualify for the World Cup is Curaçao, who also played yesterday. They're at the World Cup as well. And again, you know, you're talking about, it's kind of the same with Curaçao as it is with Cape Verde. the vast majority of this squad qualify as Cape Verdean through, maybe a grandmother or a parent. The vast majority of them were born elsewhere. Some were born in Portugal, some were born in parts of Africa. But yeah, it's there's a Cape Verdean heritage. It's a bit of a diaspora project. Third smallest, maybe being San Marino. I don't think San Marino have ever qualified for the World Cup, have they? Did San Marino qualify? I think they did. Cape Verde was an uninhabited island originally. Was it really? I didn't know that. I'll tell you what I can tell you about Cape Verde, though. Their national dish is cachupa. Cachupa, which is a slow-simmered stew of corn, beans, vegetable, and fish. And then what they do is they make it in a big pot, and when they don't eat all of it, they refry it for breakfast the next day, called cachupa refrograda. Which is even better, apparently. That's even better. They prefer the breakfast version when it's refried. But there you go. Little bit of Cape Verde heritage for you. More Cape Verdeans live abroad than on the islands themselves. Who would win the World Cup if it was food based? Well, that's a good question. Again, all the best foods, all the best cuisines, as far as I'm concerned, are not actually at this World Cup. We all love Indian food. We all love a bit of Lebanese. We love a bit of Greek. And we'll all love a bit of Italian food. There's no Italian food at this World Cup. Chinese. There's no Chinese food. I hate sushi. Personally, if it was a World Cup of food, Japan would be out in the first round for me. Despise sushi. Minging stuff. Madhouse, I've eaten cachupa. Have you been to Cape Verde? Lopez Cabral with the ball on the right-hand side. Spain have got him penned in a little bit here, but good defending. They get out of it. Brazilian barbecue. Yeah, Brazilian steak. Have you ever been to a Brazilian steakhouse? Especially them ones where it's like all you can eat and you've got to like... Do you know when you get like a beer mat? You get a beer mat and it's like red one side and like green on the other side and you've got to like turn it over and put it on your table like that. And if it's red, it's like, oh, don't come back, I'm full. And if it's green, it's like, whoa, bring it over, baby. Cape Verde on the left-hand side. Come on, we can't have Cape Verde scoring. I've got Spain to win to 0, please, for the love of God. But I do need a Cape Verde shot on target, so a Cape Verde shot on target would be lovely. Nick, who's going to win, bro? I think Spain quite comfortably, based off what we've seen so far. Prince Rupert, have they actually enforced all these new rules, like the 5-second throw-in? There's a couple of times where I've seen the referee tell them to hurry up, and then they've hurried up. I think they've been told that it's going to be enforced. They've enforced some things, like, and I think this is the funny thing, once they actually enforce the rule once, everybody else takes notice. So, for example, Caicedo, this is a perfect example. Last night in the Ecuador versus Ivory Coast game, I don't know if anyone stayed up to watch it. It was a brilliant game. Caicedo, there was a corner kick, and Ecuador were defending the corner. And the ball comes in, and Caicedo, there's a little bit of a grapple, but it's nothing major. Caicedo goes down like that, holding his head, right? Goes down holding his head. The referee immediately stops the game because it's a head injury, and immediately Caicedo gets up to his feet. I'm fine, no problem. The referee goes, right, you, off. 60 seconds he made him stay on the touchline while the game kept going on. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. That was brilliant. And now, I'm telling you, every other team will wake up to that. Every other team will be looking at that going, right, we can't do that. We can't now go down in the area holding our head, claiming a head injury, because it's going to make us down to 10 men for 60 seconds. We can't do it. So off he went. Dan Ashenden, did you travel out for the World Cup in the Enki? I didn't, mate. No, I'm still here, very much in the UK. Madhouse, I'm part Portuguese, Key, and have family in Portugal. My stepdaughter is half Cape Verdean. Nice. Hey, that's lovely, mate. Very nice. See, I'd love it. I guess it. When I hear stuff like that, I always think, that's brilliant. I'd love to have some sort of mixed heritage. I dine out on the fact that I've got 12% Swedish DNA, but there's nobody in my family who's Swedish. I love it. I'd love to see some sort of a grandparent was from, I don't know, somewhere mad. I'd really embrace it. I'd love it. Closest I've got is that my father-in-law is from Cameroon. That's about the only thing that I've got. And it's not, it's no blood relative. User 75329854022308. Where can I watch the game for free, bro? You can watch it on UK Gold or Comedy Central. They are showing the game for free. Hydration break. Yeah, hydration break. The first quarter is over. I don't even know. It says I'm part Dutch and 1% Chilean, if anyone cares. Love that. Chilean. Cape Verde doing me proud so far, making it very difficult for España. And Ada, can we still say that football's a game of halves anymore? These breaks are killing the flow. I really, really don't enjoy these breaks, I've got to say. Timbo, whenever I want to sound cultured, I whip out the fact I'm 50% Kosovan. 50% Kosovan. My nephew is Nico Bellic. Unai Simon to start over Raya if Spain goes far, you think, Key? I would say so, yes. Yeah, I would say so. Very good keeper, Unai Simon. Key, which dark horse has a chance? I mean, again, it depends what we mean by dark horse. Everybody has written off the Dutch and everybody has written off Germany to some degree. I think they're not in everyone's top five, are they? If everyone's talking about top fives to win it, they're not really in there. But if there's a real rank outsider who could make it, who could go far, I don't know, you never know. We could have a tournament a bit like Greece. A bit like when Greece won Euro 2004. Cape Verde, unlucky. That was a good effort. Come on, we need a Cape Verde shot on target. Nico Bellic is Serbian. Is he really? Oh, I apologise then. Darko Brevic and Florian Kravic. I thought they were all Balkan states somewhere. I didn't know there was an exact. Funnily enough, England is probably the smallest part of my heritage behind Kosovo, Ireland and Scotland. Yet I feel entirely English. Wow. I tell you what, you'd never get in Crufts, you, mate, would you? You'd never get in Crufts as a purebred. Bit of everything. You're like a hot pot. Like a hot pot, a real melting pot of cultures is our Timbo. Johnny says, when I tried sushi for the first time, I got hives. Since then, I always ask my aunt whether this piece of sushi had something undercooked and avoid that. Again, yeah, if we was doing a World Cup of food, that was the question. Key, if we was doing a World Cup of food, which country would win? Probably Spain, for me. I love Spain. I love paella. Can't say I've ever had Spanish. I can't say I've ever had cachupa, which is the Cape Verdean national dish. Can't say I've ever had it. Spain, edge of the box, strike. Good effort, good block. Cape Verde doing all right here so far. Half an hour in, I don't think anyone would have given him this much of a chance. Good man, paella for the win. Love some paella. Absolutely love some paella. Bit too red, that background, Key. And Aftab says, Key, which Indian food you tried? Most of them. Love Indian. Italy would win for me, says Matty. Italy's not at the World Cup. Got to talk about it in terms of who's at the World Cup. In fact, do you know what? Here, let's have a look at the national dishes for all the teams that we've had so far. So, Mexico's national dish is mole poblano, which is chilies, spices, and a touch of chocolate with chicken. Not sure about that. South Africa's national dish is bobotie, which is spiced minced meat in a golden savoury egg custard. Not sure about that. South Korea's national dish is kimchi, which is fiery fermented cabbage. Can't say I've ever had kimchi. Czech Republic's is vepro zello, which is roast pork with bread, dumplings and sauerkraut. I mean, that is very Czech, isn't it? That's a very Eastern European type of food. I didn't mind when I went to Poland. I actually quite like pierogi, it was called. I don't know if you ever had pierogi. Here we go. This could be a corner, could it? No, good goalkeeping. Vozinha coming out, doing the bits. Love it. Will says, where does Fabian Balbuena play? Remember him playing for West Ham? He was on the bench. Yeah, he's out in Argentina now, mate. I think might even be playing for, is it San Lorenzo? He might even be in Brazil. I don't know. He's bounced around South America. Canada's national dish is poutine, which is just chips. Chips and squeezy cheese with hot gravy on it. Again, not sure about that. Can't say I've ever had poutine. Bosnian national dish is cevapi. Finger-sized grilled minced meat sausages stuffed into a warm flatbread with raw onion. Ugh. Spain, down the right-hand side here, this is better. That's got to be a foul, ref. That's got to be a foul. I can't believe he's not give that. What's the Qatari national dish? Makbous. Makbous is the Qatar national dish. Fragrant spiced rice, which is slow cooked with chicken and lamb. The Gulf's answer to biryani. Oh, that actually sounds well fit. Why didn't we talk about Makbous? Qatar. Yeah, might have to get into Qatar. I'd love to go to Qatar. I might do Qatar. We'll maybe do the Matchday Tavern World Cup food vlog after the tournament ends. Try and get all the national dishes. Switzerland's national dish is fondue, which is a pot of molten cheese with dipping bread. Apparently, there's a tradition. Here's an interesting one. I did know this about fondue. There's a tradition that if you have like a melting pot of cheese in Switzerland and people dip their bread in this whatever cheese it is that they've got. It's usually a combination of cheeses, isn't it? If you drop your bread in the pot, you have to buy the drinks. That's the rule, apparently, in Switzerland. Unless someone's just been having me over. Connor says these look rubbish. Who? Spain or Cape Verde? Cape Verde have done all right so far. 33 minutes in. It's not been a brilliant game. Again, it's attack versus defence, really. I don't even know, says, am I right, England's dish is chicken tikka masala. It's up there. I don't think it's our national dish. Actually, I'll have a look. I don't know what our national dish is. Can't remember what I put down. They just look very dull going forward. Jimmy, where's Luis Guilherme at these days? Well, he's still at West Ham, isn't he? I'm sure. They might actually keep him. The old ways, I'm English, Dad's English, Mum's Scottish, great-granddad Peruvian. Wow. Just think. go back at, if you went on Who Do You Think You Are and you went back to like your heritage, you might have some Peruvian flute band player, eating guinea pigs or whatever they do. That's what they eat in Peru, isn't it? It's guinea pigs. I'm sure it is. I always thought of kimchi as a condiment. Well, this is the game. The game's kind of gone to the point now where we're just talking about food. If anyone's hungry, it's getting to that time in the UK. It's nearly tea time. So I'm sorry if I'm making you hungry, but the game's pretty dull and boring. We might have a yellow card here for Spain. Lopez Cabral's just gone down. He's already on a booking, by the way. Brian Hendricks, good to see you, man. Neil Jagger, hey up Key, my first stream since the Bosnia game. Scotland top of the group. Come on the lads, bring it home. Yes, Neil, good to see you, mate. Thank you very much. What's Jelly saying? I do like Greek food and Greek yogurts. Yeah, Greek food's wicked. When you go to Greece and have proper lamb, is it lamb moussaka they have? Oh, absolutely unbelievable. Some of England's national dishes are chicken tikka masala, fish and chips, or some may say roast dinner. It's got to be Sunday roast, hasn't it? Spain are playing dreadful here. They're absolutely all over the place. All I need is a Cape Verde shot on target, please. Cape Verde shot on target would be lovely. Oh, it's a shame that didn't actually go in. Neil says, Key, after that Scotland result, do you reckon Scotland can top the group? No. No, because I think Brazil and Morocco will both beat Haiti as well. Scotland made kind of hard work of it in the end, but I would say that Haiti will get beaten by the other two. And I'm not convinced that Scotland will beat either Brazil or Morocco. So I think you might get a point out of both, possibly. It's definitely a world where you get a point out of both. Could make it very difficult for Brazil. Brazil weren't that impressive the other day, but they've always got that moment of genius, haven't they? That's a great ball. Cucurella, far post, must be. Strike! Oh, what a save! It's going to be a corner kick. Great save from Vozinha. Pete says full English is another. Go on, let me have a look and see what I've actually put down for England's national dish. Don't know what I have actually put down. I can't remember. There you go. National dish, fish and chips, battered cod and thick cut chips, ideally eaten out of the paper. But the Sunday roast is a weekly institution. Afternoon, Oxford fan. Great to see you, sir. Rodri's been awful today. He's not really done enough, has he? Again, you've got Spain really struggling to get into the game here. That's a foul. Spain have been a huge disappointment. And I've got them as winners. People were asking me all tournament, Key, who do you think's going to win? And I've given Spain, but evidently against low blocks, they're not really thriving, are they? Desperately need a Cape Verde shot on target, though. Just a shot on target for Cape Verde and Spain to win. I like the fact that they're going for shots from distance, though. That's good. I'm fine with that. Totally fine with that. Hey, Reese is here. David Raya not starting. Sack the manager. I don't think that's the reason why Spain are struggling so far, mate. Nothing to do with David Raya. Another fact, by the way, about Spain, just while we're working our way through the difficult part of the game where there's not really a huge amount of action, Spain's Christmas lottery. I don't know if you've heard of Spain's Christmas lottery. It's called El Gordo, which translates in Spanish to the fat one. But yeah, El Gordo, the Spanish Christmas lottery is the biggest lottery draw in the world. And you see entire villages in Spain buying tickets together. They do whatever it's called. Is it it's not consortiums, you know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at. Syndicates. That's the word I was going for, not consortiums. Shahidi still moving to Spain, Key. I love Spain. We're not sold on where we're going yet. It might be Spain, it might be Italy. I quite like Portugal. But yeah, definitely going somewhere. Cucurella must be off the bar! Spain, what are you doing? Oh, and then tipped over. Vivozinha again, who's probably man of the match so far. The 40-year-old goalkeeper for Cape Verde. He's had his work cut out for him. Cucurella does really well. It's a lovely ball. Heads it across the face of goal. Oh, they've got to put that away. Hits the crossbar from 5 yards out. Ferran Torres, and then Vozinha tips it over the bar. Fantastic stuff. They're giving absolutely everything, the Cape Verdeans here. It's good to see. It's really nice. Really lovely to see. De La Fuente looking rather anxious, I would say, on the touchline. Key, what do you think of Cucurella to Real Madrid? It's a good move. Yeah, it'd be a good move, that. I think Mourinho will quietly build a really, really top squad there. He's gone and got Canate. He's got Bernardo Silva, Denzel Dumfries, Cucurella now. He's not spent a huge amount of money either, really, when you consider the talent that he's just picked up there. So some real quality. Obviously, they bid for Alvarez as well. So they've got some real money to play with, Real Madrid, and it wouldn't surprise me if Mourinho, if there's a few sort of surprising departures as well. Mourinho tends to go in and, a regular squad member that's been there for years tends to leave. He tends to kind of go in and pick on someone quite quickly, and I do wonder who that might be. Maybe it'll be Tchouaméni, maybe it'll be, I don't know. I just feel like there's someone that you might look at and think, maybe it'll be Trent, actually. I don't know if Mourinho will get the best out of Trent. But yeah, Cucurella, an excellent left back, and I think he'll thrive in Spain. Apparently Enzo Fernandez is next to go as well, by the way. Enzo Fernandez is very, very interested in that move to Real Madrid. Chelsea apparently quoting £120 million for him. I mean, they paid 105, 110, Timbo? Timbo, I'd absolutely love Jose to shit out the Champions League next year. Watch it. It's coming. I'm telling you. Cape Verde, good defending. And again, they come on the counter-attack now. And they've got men forward here. If they play this right, they've got a 4-on-4. Go on, lad. Hit it. I need a shot on target here. Hit it, lad. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Oh, you donuts. Finners Matty, would you take Trent back? Oh, with pleasure. Yeah, gladly would take Trent back. Would love Trent to come back. And Matty says, isn't McAllister rumoured too? I'd love McAllister to go as well. I think almost as much as Trent coming back, I'd love McAllister to go. Something tells me Trent Alexander-Arnold, I always thought he would go to City. I just feel like Real Madrid aren't going to let him go they're not going to let him go on a cheap. He's still a wonderful right back. And yeah, I don't know. I don't see it as don't see a world in which Trent Alexander-Arnold leaves Real Madrid on the cheap. Matt, I think Jose's had his day. Arteta is the master of those tactics. No, he's even outthought Simeone. I mean, outthought is questionable. Atletico Madrid should have had a penalty in that second leg. That would have changed things entirely. What about outthought? Trent to Arsenal, here we go. Oh, come on. All boxed up says Spain have been useless this half so far. And City apparently looking at Malo Gusto, says Andy. Have City announced Maresca yet, by the way, says Rupert? Not as far as I'm aware, no. I think the thing with Enzo Maresca is that he's on gardening leave still from Chelsea, isn't he? So there's like a whole sort of contract piece that needs to be done. There's questions about getting him released from that contract. How's it going, Jaden? Matt, no thanks to Trent. Why? Why wouldn't you want Trent back? I don't understand that. I absolutely would want Trent back. Cape Verde down the left-hand side. Ball in. Too easy. Straight out of play for a goal kick. Santal says, vamos. Jin says, Ruben Amorim at AC Milan could be interesting. Top manager. No doubt about it. Top manager. Matt, the fact Guardiola signed a new deal instead of going to Madrid tells me there's no punishment. I wouldn't be so sure, you know. I think even the contract that he signed will still have some sort of a... do you not think there's a world where City don't know the punishment yet? Oh, must be! Oh, what a save again. I tell you what, man of the match is already sewn up and in the bag, isn't it there? Ferran Torres, really, I think he should score here. It's too easy. It's straight at Vozinha. So easy. Boxes of bones. Good to see you, man. And you see Jaden. So do you still think Isak will be good? Yeah, absolutely, mate. Nothing's changed with Isak. I don't know why you would think it would have. Played very well last night, didn't he? When he's fit, he's a wonderful player. I think when he's fit, he's, probably one of the top 5 strikers in world football. I'm not sure you could name 5 better than Isak when he's fit. Sarah says the same reason I didn't want Owen back. Yeah, but hang on a minute. I didn't want Owen back because I didn't think he was the same player, and he wasn't. His legs had gone. It was a bit like Torres. Torres was already half the player by the time he went to Chelsea. Same with Michael Owen. He wasn't the player that he was. I think we would have taken him back, but it would have been the wrong move. Like, sentimentality would have been the reason we took him back. Trent is still, undoubtedly, one of, if not the, best right-back. Jaden Asula's better than Isak. Again, you don't believe that, Jaden. We can all have a laugh. I get it was only a joke, but yeah, you don't believe that. Boxes of bones. How do you think Cape Verde is doing right now? Very well. I think, look, they've got to half-time. 46 minutes on the clock. Can't knock it. 0-0. Matt Foster, you'd think they'd be more cautious if they thought they could get punished. What do you mean by more cautious, though? The thing is, he needed a new contract. Surely, if they were, you'd want to behave like, because let's be honest, mate. Let's say they suspected that they might be getting punished. If they started avoiding renewing contracts and they stopped pursuing players in the transfer market, all of a sudden that news would get round Europe. News would get round. Josko Gvardiol's agent would be thinking to himself, hang on a minute, we've got like 18 months left on our contract and we've not been approached about a new contract. Maybe City are starting to worry. Maybe, I don't know why they're not doing it, why they're not approaching him. That would then feed into the rest of the squad and also potential signings. City can't afford to not be proactive about this. Spain with a header, good save again by Vozinha. It's going to be another corner. Dominant. Business as usual till the punishment is announced, if there's any punishment. Yeah, I was going to say, I think it probably will be. I think it probably will be a punishment of some sort, but they've got to just keep going. Ball whipped in. And now Cape Verde on the counter. Cucurella knocks it out for a throw-in. 90 seconds to half-time. Ginge, City can't stagnate. They have to keep moving. That's it. Yeah. Keep moving or dry up and, just don't become a top side anymore. Don't be a top side anymore. Neil says, if Cape Verde draw today, do you reckon they get out the group? You need 2 points. I think the minimum amount that you need to get out of the group stage is 2 points. If they get 2 points, then there's a chance. So a point here, then yeah, I guess it's eminently possible that they could, because you would imagine they would fancy the chances against Saudi and they'd fancy the chances against Uruguay. If you can get a point against the tournament favourites, this would be the shock of the tournament so far. Great ball in, must be just wide again. There's so many chances coming Spain's way here. So many. Matt, thoughts on this Buwadi that everyone's raving about? Yeah, listen, good young player. How much do you think he'd cost? And is he worth it? I think it's one of them. You'd never sign players based off a good World Cup. We've seen it happen so many times. And just does it. It never works. You never sign a player off a good World Cup. He was very good for Lille. But he's still only 18. You know, he's still a young man. I think you'd want to keep him in France, keep an eye on him for a while. James Rodriguez, classic case. There's a fair few. Yeah. Reece, apparently, Arsenal are looking at him. They want 60 mil. It's half time. I mean, again, 60 mil seems an awful lot for an 18-year-old with, 1 year of Ligue 1 football under his belt and 1 game at the World Cup. I personally wouldn't pay that. But hey, that's me. In this market, they'd probably ask for 70 million. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Jadon, Kane, Haaland, Mbappe, Dembele and Ekitike. No. Ekitike's not even in the same league as Isaac, mate. It's not even close. And I'm saying that as a Liverpool fan. I love Ekitike. Not even close to Alexander Isak. Spain have been frustrated by Cape Verde, low block and strict defence. City of North Hill, I'd heard that too. Reece admitted a huge bid and still no further news since the window opened. Why is it not done? What was that for? For City? Yeah, City and Elliot Anderson. Could be, yeah, that's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout at all. If Buwadi is worth 60 mil, Diamond's worth 250. Timbo, João Pedro's better than Isak. Yeah, I can't wait to see João Pedro at the World Cup. I think he'll have a great World Cup, won't he? The old ways, whatever happened to Asamoah Gyan, had a great World Cup, moved to Sunderland, I think it was, then disappeared, was a decent player. He didn't disappear. What happened was he buggered off to Saudi, didn't he? Or was it Qatar? He went and took loads of money from the Middle East because that was what players were doing then. So, yeah, he got a big move to the Middle East and took a load of money. Yeah, says bro, why you hate Arsenal so much? Oh my God, I can't believe we're in a World Cup and we're getting questions about Arsenal. I don't hate Arsenal at all, mate. I don't know why you think that I do. Timbo says it's not Pedro's fault. Ancelotti's old age has caught up with him. Elliot Anderson's going to have an unbelievable World Cup. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Neil, I'm so annoyed that United didn't take Saibiri. He was a class player and could be a very good backup to Bruno and replace him when he leaves after our treble next season. Oh, my God. Ismail Saibari's a good player, but he's not a Man United player. He's not a Bruno replacement. He's not that guy. He's I've watched Saibari for PSV. He's all right. I don't think he's that player, though. Lorenzo, I'm sorry, but is the scoreboard glitched? How is it 0-0? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Where the hell have you been? I only missed one day. For anyone that thinks the score is glitched, it's not. It's absolutely not, I promise you. Reece, what are your thoughts on this Bellingham versus Rodgers debate, Key? Bellingham's a better player. Tuchel favours Rodgers. And I think part of that is the reason that Rodgers plays... Bellingham's better as sort of a... You can play Bellingham as a centre forward. I don't think Tuchel likes him in that space. I think he favours Rodgers because Rodgers will drift to the left, and then he allows Anthony Gordon to come in, and that allows maybe Saka to drift in. Rodgers can go to the right, he can go to the left, whereas Bellingham tends to stay very, very central. And when he does go to the left or the right, he doesn't really look at home. He tends to drop deep more than anything, and that just... I don't think that's what Tuchel wants. You can tell Tuchel favours Rodgers, but I think the better player is Bellingham. There's no doubt about that. Andy, any quiz key? Not today, mate. No quiz today. I've not prepared one, but Welsh Wing's not here, and we've only got 5 minutes to a second half anyway. So we'll stick with it for today. Pete, the only treble at United will be the ones Rashford will be necking. Necking? Any good free agents that clubs should be buying this summer? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it feels like a load of them have already been snapped up. Bernardo Silva, Ibu Kanate. Hang on a second, I'll tell you the exact list of players who could be available on frees. Anfield Vortex, hey Key, how good is the Cape Verde keeper? He's had a great game. Absolutely fantastic game. Right, so, players who are available on a free contract, a free transfer. You've got Ilan Meslier of Leeds. You've got Stefan Ortega, who is out of contract at Nottingham Forest. Defenders include Willy Bolly, Dennis Churkin, Nathaniel Klein at Crystal Palace, Seamus Coleman is available, Tyrell Malacia at Man United, John Stones still hasn't confirmed where he's going, Joel Veltman and Adam Webster from Brighton, Reece Williams, who had a handful of appearances for Liverpool when we really struggled after winning the league, Yves Bissouma, Casemiro, Idrissa Gana Gay at Everton. I think maybe one of the promoted clubs might pick him up. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe Frank Lampard go and try and tempt Idrissa Gana Gay to Coventry. Daichi Kamada as well. Daichi Kamada's having a great World Cup, and he's at Crystal Palace. He's now available on a free. Apparently, Palace have offered him a new contract, but as it stands, he's free to join a new club. Mohamed Salah, of course, is the standout one in attack. Jadon Sancho is still available. Bertrand Traore. Harry Wilson. Nobody's picked up Harry Wilson yet either. Surprised to see what happens with Harry Wilson. Timbo says, how footballers are rated seems to just swing from one extreme to another. Bellingham's gone from overrated to probably underrated now, the way people talk about him. I really like Bellingham. I think he's fantastic. I never thought he was like Ballon d'Or ready or anything like that, but very good. Ronnie, thoughts on the All or Nothing documentary for Man United coming to Prime? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man United getting an Amazon documentary. What about that? What are our thoughts on that, people? Manchester United next season, 26-27, is going to be covered in an All or Nothing documentary to be released at the end of the season. So we'll get an inside look, no doubt, at Michael Carrick's sacking. Ben G, did you like the Diamond performance yesterday, Key? Yes, he was absolutely brilliant. I'm still not sold on whether he's £100 million worth of talent, but he was very, very good. Fulham have offered Wilson a new contract, and everyone should be going in for John Stones. I like John Stones. It's just his injury record, isn't it? If he's fit, he's incredible. If Lamin comes on, they are finished. I think Lamine Yamal probably will be coming on second half. I'd be very surprised if we don't see Lamine Yamal based on what we've seen so far. Do us a favour, if you're in the chat, hit the screen, tap the screen. If you're on TikTok, if you're watching on here, if you're watching on this camera, do me a favour. Hit like, subscribe if you've not already. The old ways, what's your thoughts on Derek McInnes and Shankland jumping over to Rangers? Could be a shift in Scotland. It's sad that, isn't it? It is sad that Hearts have done so well and they've immediately lost Shankland and their manager to, the old firm. Very sad. Very sad. I thought Rangers... as soon as they said that Danny Roll was going, I did immediately think McInnes was going to be the one they'd look at. And, Shankland and McInnes leave Hearts, and they were a big part of why Hearts nearly won the league. Sad. Instructions unclear. Ben, who's your favourite current Barcelona player, Key? Yamal. Yeah, I like Pau Kabasi as well. I think Pau Kabasi's brilliant, but I like Koundé as well. I think Koundé's phenomenal. But I'd say, you can't really look past Lamine Yamal, can you? Hincapié will have nightmares about Diamand. And M.1, what's been the most entertaining game in the World Cup for you so far? For me, it's been Netherlands versus Japan. That's a great question, actually. Let's put that in the chat. What do you think has been the most interesting or entertaining game at the World Cup so far? We've had a lot of games that have been end-to-end, a lot of games that have been high-scoring. You look at, obviously, Germany, Curacao, and USA versus Paraguay, I thought was quite a good, and, lots of good goals. But I honestly would say, and I really found Ivory Coast against Ecuador a great watch last night because they both really went at each other. And I wasn't expecting that because there was people saying in the studio, I don't know if you saw this, there was rumours of a little bit of gamesmanship going on with Ecuador and Ivory Coast because they're in a group with Germany and Curacao, and both of them will have looked at it and gone, right, we'll back ourselves to beat Curacao. Germany will be a tough one. Maybe we lose against Germany, maybe we draw, whatever, but Germany will be a tough one. Curacao, we'll definitely win. Maybe there'll be a little bit of an agreement here between Ecuador and Ivory Coast. Maybe we'll agree that we'll just draw this one, because then we'll both finish on 4 points, beat Curacao, draw this one, worst case, lose to Germany. But basically, we guarantee that if we get a point here, then bare minimum, we've got third place sewn up. There was always that argument that there was going to be a little bit of corruption going on yesterday, and at 0-0 in the 90th minute, I really started to think, do you know what? Maybe that's what's going to happen. Maybe the players will just start to switch off. The coaches might say, just lads, stop pushing. We don't need to go and kill the game off, nothing like that. And it was a really entertaining game. I thought that was, for me, the best game of the tournament so far. The one that I've enjoyed the most was Ecuador versus Ivory Coast last night. Thought it was fantastic. Timbo says not a whole game, but the first half of Brazil-Morocco was very good, yeah. Neil says Germany versus Curacao, just for the reactions for the Curacao goal. I was devastated. Madhouse, how did Ahmad play? Ahmad only came on in about the 75th minute, something like that. Last 10-15 minutes he came on. And he scored the winner. Jan Diamand down the right-hand side, pulls the ball back. And Ahmad, great finish, bottom corner. The only thing he really did in the entire game when he came on. And that's all you need him for, right? But yeah, I think that might just convince... Maybe he'll get a start now over Bazumana Toure, because Emers Faye, the Ivory Coast manager, chose... He had a choice, didn't he? He could either go with Jan Diamand and Bazumana Toure, who's very, very highly rated, plays for Hoffenheim, or they were going to go with Amad Diallo and Jan Diamand on the other side. And he went with Bazumana Toure. Toure didn't have a bad game, but I do think Amad Diallo coming on and scoring the winner, that might just get him in the squad for the next one. Will says, do you think starting with Unai Simon is a mistake for Spain with David Raya there? Do you think that David Raya would have changed this game so far? Would the scoreline be any different if David Raya was in net? Ben says, I was on holiday in Cape Verde when they qualified. Fantastic atmosphere, and I'm so happy they're holding their own. Finners Matty Key, it was Singo. Oh, it was Singo that got the assist. Yeah, Singo. That's the only thing he did all game as well. This charming Dan, I blame us for all these football club documentaries. It'd be funny if United's ended up like Sunderland till I die. And Red Rebellion says, Key, what do you make of the club dismissing a return of Salah? Something tells me Liverpool are happy to see the back of him after all the shit he caused this past season. Yeah, for me, I really don't want to see Mo Salah back at Liverpool. I think it's a truly terrible decision if he came back. Will, I haven't watched it to be fair because I'm out. Just think Raya is better than him. That's your right. I don't. I think Unai Simon is better than David Raya, but even if you argue that David Raya is better than Unai Simon, I don't think the Spanish goalkeeper's not really touched the ball. So it's 0-0 because Spain's attack haven't been able to do anything with the ball. So David Raya being on the pitch just wouldn't have helped at all, really. Wouldn't have made a difference. Mackenzie, it's getting beyond a joke with the recruitment side of things at Newcastle. Why? What's happened? Vilgut, why do you hate Arsenal so much? Just wondering. I'll say again, for the 900th time, I don't hate Arsenal. I don't know why you think I do, mate. The Cape Verde goalkeeper clears David Raya every day of the week, says Neil. Will says, I suppose they did win the Euros with Unai Simon, so he does have a case there. He does. Like I said, David Raya is a brilliant goalkeeper. Just, Unai Simon's phenomenal. Fantastic keeper. Has done very well for Bilbao for a long, long time. Head of recruitment left yet again at the start of the transfer market. AMS, what's he saying? Arsenal rage bait online is an easy route to money. I mean, that would make sense if all I did was rage bait Arsenal. That would make sense. As I only watch about one game a week of Arsenal, then it doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? I missed a load of Arsenal games last season. But again, if you're an Arsenal fan, you'd probably only see Arsenal games and Arsenal reactions. So it probably feels to you, doesn't it? It probably feels to you like it's Arsenal rage bait. Same as United fans, to be fair. United fans say the same. You're just a United rage baiter. I tell you what, all you do is rage bait United. It's so sad. I can't believe you're rage baiting us. But then again, there you go. That's how it is. Hey folks, how's it going? Good to see you, Mercury. Ben says Caicedo was giving Joey Barton vibes yesterday. He hated everyone. We're off for the second half. Spain can't quite get through again. They're unlucky. Better. AMS says I just meant in general, Key. It wasn't a dig. It sounded like a dig. I'm only playing, mate. Literally Trent says, hey Key, completely agree. I think your Arsenal hate taking over. Go look at the stats with him. The stats with who? Unai Simon or with Raya? Again, I'll ask the same question I did before, mate. Does David Raya starting in this game change the scoreline? It doesn't. So I don't know why there's even a discussion about David Raya starting. It's only coming from Arsenal fans foaming at the mouth that he's not started at the World Cup. Who's asked? It doesn't change anything in this game. It would still be 0-0. David Raya doesn't change the result. Why are you asked? He's sat on the bench picking splinters out of his arse. He's getting a rest. Why do you want him start? Again, this is just this thing with Arsenal fans. Oh, give us validation. Tell us we're brilliant. Fucking hell. They don't rate the keeper. Leave it alone. They don't rate him. They've gone with Unai Simon. And it doesn't matter who's in net. You could put me in net for Spain. It wouldn't have mattered. It'd still be 0-0. He's done nothing. Spain. Oh, big chance. Come on. Get it back in the box. Hit it. Oh, just over the bar. That's better. Neil says, Key, do you reckon that if Arne Slot played this Spain team, then he would win? Well, it depends what team he had, I guess, Neil. Palace have just confirmed Pierre Sage as new manager. Yes, that'll be a great one. Great appointment. He's done very well. This charming Dan says, this Cape Verde goalkeeper playing at 40 is incredible. It's making me think that at 42, my football career could still be on. Get your boots, mate. Get your boots and get down to the airport. There's still time. Spain, edge of the box. Cape Verde still doing all the foot-in stuff around the edge of the box. They just can't break them down, Spain. Can't do anything. Goofy King, why anyone take football opinions from someone who looks like they've never kicked one? Well, I mean, maybe, what if I said that I had kicked one? Would that make a difference? I mean, again, you look at Wayne Rooney. Would you take opinions from Wayne Rooney? Look at the kip of him. He's worse than me nowadays. Ben, don't bring Raya. He won't have the 11 Arsenal defenders in front of him to protect him. It's fair. Cape Verde. Oh, unlucky. That was better. That was better. Saw yesterday, Key, that China are apparently making a bid for the 2042 World Cup. That'd be interesting. I like that. Red Rebellion, maybe we get a smash and grab upset in this game. Oh, please don't say that. The bookies would make a fortune. Make an absolute fortune. I just need a Cape Verde shot on target and a Spain goal. I've got Spain to win and both teams to score. No. What have I got for that one? Spain, first team to score and Spain first corner. That's fine. What's that one? Spain, over 1.5. Oh! Apparently one of the main reasons they haven't bid for it before is due to their team being poor, because they haven't they only qualified for the 2002 tournament. I can't remember the last international tournament that China qualified for. Might have been 2002. Yeah, I remember they played. They were in a group with Brazil and Turkey, I think, if I remember. Vilgut says also, do you do not like Arsenal fans? What makes you say that? Egypt or Belgium? Belgium. All day, every day. Belgium. The old way says, spend 5 minutes on the chat and realise the big man doesn't hate Arsenal, he just doesn't support them. I'm Arsenal. I don't want Liverpool to win. It'll be a boring world if we all like the same thing. That's it. And it's totally fine, isn't it? It's totally fine. It's just people having a little whinge. It's one of them things, isn't it? People just, if they've got nothing to whinge about, they'll find something to whinge about. Some people are like that. Gamer Guru, I had Spain to win the cup. They look shite, mate. I'm the same. That's what we've said all tournament. The two that I said, Spain would be my favourites, which wasn't really a controversial opinion. That's kind of just going with the favourite. But I thought Spain would win it. But I said Netherlands for my dark horse. Netherlands looked crap last night as well against Japan. Gabriel, how's it going, man? I'm actually going for the underdogs in the World Cup. Ivory Coast to go all the way. Did you watch Ivory Coast against Ecuador last night, though? That midfield is not winning the tournament. Fofana, it was dreadful. They've not got the midfield. The defence is okay. The goalkeeper, possibly a little bit questionable. Oh, Spain, this is good. What's that? Oh, what are you doing? Ayadabal tries something a bit silly. Miles out. First game of the World Cup doesn't reflect how teams will do. Don't know. France got beat by Senegal in 2002, went out in the group stage, and they were holders at the time, weren't they? What did you think about the Sweden v Tunisia game? Good. Yeah, good game. Finners Matty, these people trying to get reactions crash outs to then clip it up and say, look how angry this guy gets. Well, do you know what the smart thing is? The smart thing to do would be to give him that, wouldn't it? The smart thing, if it was rage bait, if it was all rage bait and it was all insincere, that's what I'd be doing. They would say whatever, and I would react angrily and ragey and get all animated and maybe put a bit of a character on and say some rehearsed lines. Tends to work for other people in this space. And that's not a dig, by the way. But I'm not interested. If I can't make a go of this, just being little old me and watching the footy and enjoying the game with you nice people, I couldn't give a toss. I'm not bothered. You're not gonna get me biting unless I can help it. Liam, have you watched every game so far, Key? I've watched every game except for Sweden and Tunisia. I didn't watch Sweden-Tunisia last night. But every other game I've watched live. I haven't streamed every game, but I've watched every game live. I think we've streamed most games, but not all of them. Because my little girl's been poorly the last 24 hours or so. Gamer Guru, name names, Key. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Yedidavar is an anagram of David Raya. Spain and Argentina lost their first games in 2010 and 2022 and won the whole thing. That's true enough, I suppose. You've threw me there. Great ball down the right-hand side. Unai Simon comes out and claims it nice and easy. Anfield Vortex, hope your little girl gets better, Key, mate. Sending love. She's had chicken pox, mate. She's had chicken pox and she's had a bit of a fever and a bit of a temperature and stuff. It's like a 2-week thing, isn't it? So it's not good. Matty, did you watch Scotland and Turkey? Yes. Yeah, I watched both games. Germany don't look half bad. I mean, they've only played Curaçao. Header again, straight at the keeper, too easy. Have to say I wasn't impressed with Brazil. Their midfield looked terrific. Yeah, Casemiro and Fabinho. It's legs, isn't it? And that's what Morocco exploited. Pace, energy, legs. Buadi was brilliant. All the way back to Vozinho. Knocked it long. Come on, we need a Cape Verde shot on target. Ideally, what we need is a Spain goal and then Cape Verde just ping one from distance. It's horrible, mate. Itching and scratching. It's like watching Arsenal, but worse. Yeah, no, to be honest, she's all good. We've basically swilled her in whatever it's calamine. Is it chamomile lotion or whatever it's called? Red Rebellion, we are in for Buadi. I don't think so. I can't see Liverpool getting him. He's not a player we need, to be honest, mate. We do need players in the middle, but that's not a signing I think Liverpool are going for. Let's face it, Key could assemble 11 of us from the chat and we'd give Curaçao a decent game. I don't know about that. That's harsh. But they weren't great, were they? Spain, dominant here. It is literally just attack versus defence. It's when rather than if. What a strike. Over the bar. Too easy, that. Laporte. See, if they're resorting to just firing shots from 25, 30, 40 yards out as they are here, that's when I'm starting to get worried about Spain. They're getting frustrated. This is not what you want to see. Your centre-back just pinging it from distance. Doesn't give you confidence. Got to bring Yamal on. Gamer says Turkey's top talent are too busy sorting out British tourists' teeth. And Ben says chickenpox during the World Cup. Selfish. To be honest, everybody at school has got it. It's like a pandemic in the class kind of thing. So everyone's got it. Corner to Spain. Congo v Uzbekistan at 2:30 a.m. is going to be a perfect game. And Finners Matty, do you think Neymar comes into the Brazil team by replacing Paqueta? No, I don't think Neymar comes in at all. I think he's there purely for a symbolic reason. He might play maybe off the bench a few minutes here and there, but I'd be astonished if Ancelotti picks him. He'll not start him. Here we go. Spain. Got to get a goal soon. Because Cape Verde's defence is holding really, really strong. What was my stat I gave you before the game? Just as the game was kicking off, I said Spain have scored 2 or more goals in their last 13 straight games. It's not looking so clever, is it? Neymar is there for the iconic picture if they win it. Neymar's for emotional support. I think Neymar is there to just kind of keep the country on side. There was a borderline riot when it was considered that Neymar might not be picked. Spain have got a chance here. Far post, dugout. Vozinho comes out and claims it again. He's an absolute warrior, that goalkeeper, isn't he? Jellyfish, it's getting to the last 30. Spain need to make a change of tactic and subs and really go for it. I mean, you look at the Spain sort of the subs, the people they could bring on. There's still an awful lot of talent there they could go for, and you know, Nico Williams is there. Jeremy Pino could unlock a defence. We've seen that. Cape Verde, good defending again from Spain. Dani Olmo's there. Lamine Yamal. There's lots and lots of talent there. Ferran Torres, it's going to be a corner for Spain. This charming Dan Key, I had a 23-minute video suggested to me of you and some other Liverpool fans reacting to every LFC loss. Didn't watch it. It's got 19,000 views, but it's good publicity for you, so F 'em. Hey, man, yeah, if you find it, give us a link. If you ever see stuff like that, give us a link. Because I like to be honest, I like to message the channels that do that stuff and just say hello and just say, like, thanks, that's nice. I appreciate you doing it. Because I have nothing to do with it, but hey, if they want to put clips together of me, then great. Good luck to them. I hope they make money from it. I am Crute. What do you think about Tunisia sacking their manager? Surprising, but maybe not that surprising, given the 5-1. Was it even being talked about before the game? No, it wasn't. But apparently, he's been a bit prickly in the past. So maybe there's an underlying sort of they don't love him, the Tunisian FA maybe. 3 subs coming on for Cape Verde. Da Costa, Semedo and Duarte it was who came on. For Livramento, Cabral and Duarte. It was D Duarte coming on for L Duarte. Wonder if there's any relation. Spain, switch of play, too easy. Oh, it's come over. Cucurella's got it back. It's just too slow, isn't it, from Spain? Too pedestrian, too casual. They're not. Need to just quick it up half a step. It's a good run. Cape Verde swarming round them, and they managed to get the ball away. Good defending again. Call it what you want, but it's a really, really good performance defensively from the Cape Verdeans. This goalkeeper is having a performance of his life. Lewis Soden, good to see you, man. Get your image right sorted, Key. Get me image sorted first. Shahid says, Key, who's your local football team? Well, I grew up, I don't live there anymore, but I grew up in a place called St. Helens, so they've got a football team. But it's only like where did he play? It's like 12th level in England. It's like the North West Counties 3rd Division or something like that. But in terms of like my local professional team, as the crow flies, from where I was born, where I grew up, Liverpool, Everton, Tranmere, maybe Stockport, they're all kind of relatively close to the Mersey. Will says, do you reckon the Australian keeper will get a move this summer? He looked good against Turkey. Matt Ryan? No, Matt Ryan's already been in the Prem. He's played for Brighton before. Was it Matt Ryan? I think it was, wasn't it? Was it Matt Ryan who was the goalkeeper? Yeah, I don't think Matt Ryan gets another move. He's getting on a little bit. I'm sure he's back in Australia now, isn't he? Lots of old goalkeepers in this tournament, isn't there? Liam says, who do you think the Final Four is going to be and who's going to win it? Don't be biased. Well, we did the prediction on the Matchday Tavern here. We did the prediction over on YouTube and we said that it looked like the Final Four was going to be Spain, France, England and Argentina. Mr. Al-Shamari, what games are you doing after this? I'm doing Belgium, Egypt after this one. And then I'm not going to do Iran versus New Zealand or Uruguay versus Saudi Arabia. I probably will watch Uruguay, Saudi Arabia. I'm not going to stream it. But I'm not going to watch it. Sorry, I'm not going to stream it. I am going to watch it. The Old Way says, what do you make of Graham Potter? Great at Brighton, mints at Chelsea and West Ham, mints at Sweden in the qualifiers. Now he's back again, and England great. Graham Potter, I mean, did you see him coming out with the cowboy hat on as well? Howdy. Key supports Everton, mate. I do not. Don't slander me. It wasn't Matt Ryan, was a younger keeper. Can't remember his name. I stand corrected then. It was Beach Key. Beach. Oh, that's the Australian goalkeeper's name? Wasn't aware. Key tune is you'd have sacked the manager. Yeah, we've just been talking about it, mate. Spain moving the ball around nicely, but it's all a little bit safe, a little bit pedestrian. Cape Verde not doing enough. And not really interested in doing more than what they're doing, which is just sitting on the edge of the box. They've got every man behind the ball. Spain being resorted to kind of pinging shots from outside the area. Cape Verde, every time they get the ball, they're just hoofing it long. They're no interest at all in going outside of that final lower third, I guess. So Spain have got, 24 minutes plus injury time. Maybe half an hour for Spain to turn it round. Ball out to the right hand side. Spain need to get some proper width on. Because look at the two wing backs. Look who's actually picking the ball up here when they go out wide. It's Cucurella on the left-hand side. And here he is again. Cucurella's got the ball on the left-hand side. They're going to work it back to Rodri, right? They're going to work it back to Rodri, and then it's going to go all the way over to the right-hand side where Marcos Llorente is going to pick it up. Here he is again. Marcos Llorente and Cucurella, in the nicest possible way, are not the two people you want in those wide areas 1v1. They are not great at whipping the ball in the box. They're not great at getting past their man. That's exactly what you want. You want Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal square against those fullbacks. In the nicest possible way, Marcos Llorente and Cucurella are not going to do that. That's the one thing, the one criticism I would throw at Luis de la Fuente. They've controlled the game, but then again, you'd expect them to control the game. And you would imagine that after one goal comes, a second goal probably comes. Thought this would be 5-0 by now. I think most people did, Ben. But it's been a good game from a Cape Verde point of view. Defensively, very sharp. Sarah says North East is better than what happened to War of the Rojas. Even Man U has won more than all Yorkshire teams put together. Too much backward, forward, and backward again. Passing from Spain. It's like they've got no plan, says Jelly. And Natalie's man, they need Nico Williams and Yamal on and Marino in place of Ruiz for that box-to-box play. But I mean, Marino would be a great option, wouldn't he? He's likes a set piece, likes a header, sharp one-touch stuff around the edge of the box. Lamine Yamal is coming on. Here we go. We've got changes coming. The problem for Spain has been that when they've got in those wide areas, you've got Gavi and Oyarzabal who both like to cut inside and narrow the pitch up. They need players who'll get the touchline, stay on the touchline, get their boots white. That's what they need, and it looks like that's what we're going to see. It's another hydration break, and then we're going to see Lamine Yamal come on. And probably Nico Williams, maybe, possibly. Danny Olmo, yeah. Danny Olmo wouldn't be a bad shout either. Raya super sub to get the hat trick. Spartacus, I'm 2 minutes ahead of you. I don't think you are, mate. In the nicest possible way. What subs are we getting? Lamine Yamal's the only one that I can see. 3-star, is there an 8 p.m. game after this key? There is, yeah. 8 p.m. Belgium versus Egypt. Kevin De Bruyne against Mo Salah. So if you want to stick around with me, I will be watching that one. As soon as this game goes off, maybe an hour, go and get yourself some tea. Go and, have a drink, have a brew. And I'll be back at 7:45 for Belgium versus Egypt. Make sure you have got yourself liked and subscribed and all that good stuff. Fantastic stadium, that, isn't it? Atlanta, Georgia. Do you know what? That window at the back, it's reminiscent of Everton's Hill Dickinson, almost. Mikel Merino and Lamine Yamal both coming on. These Cape Verdean players are shitting themselves at Merino, aren't they? Cheers, Anfield Vortex. Love that, mate. Thank you very much. Merino does well for Spain. Yeah, good for nicking a goal. Well, it's Gavi and Fabian Ruiz who's gone off. Can the wonder kid himself, Mikel Merino, now win it for Spain? Day Spurs, where is Glasner going? I don't know, mate. There was rumours about AC Milan, but that now looks like it's going to Ruben Amorim. There was rumours that Oliver Glasner was originally promised the Manchester United job, believe it or not. Apparently, if rumours are to be believed, Liverpool decided to sack Arne Slot in February or March, I can't remember what it was, and that is when Andoni Iraola announced that he was leaving shortly thereafter. And it was exactly the same sort of timing with Oliver Glasner and Manchester United. Apparently Oliver Glasner was in real serious conversations with Man United about, replacing Ruben Amorim at the end of the season. And Michael Carrick was only ever going to be an interim appointment. Now that Man United have done well with Carrick, he has gone in and got the job full time. So you might see Oliver Glasner maybe just stay out of work. Just there waiting in the wings in case it doesn't work out with Carrick. Nothing wrong with Merino. Could have used him in the final. Yeah, I like him. Tidy player, Merino. But again, they've still got... Lamine Yamal, the ball's over with... when it comes to Yamal, he's got lots and lots of space. They are doubling up on him. No real surprise there. Here he is. First touch of the ball for Lamine Yamal. They've got three on him. And he just plays it backwards. He's the nicest... he's a wonderful player, but, as soon as he starts getting bodies around him, 1v1 he can do most, but... Oh, it's great play. Wonderful play. Oh, and unlucky. There you go. That's the bit of play that you needed. Lamine Yamal, one little touch inside. And a fabulous little chance for Llorente. Marcus Llorente, who was in the box there for some reason, ends up getting on the end of it and couldn't quite make it work. Natalie's man, I had a bit of beef with you during the Prem season surrounding Arsenal. I want to apologise for that. I'm sorry, my man. You don't have to worry about that, mate. It's all good. It's all good. I don't take it to heart. I promise you. There's plenty that do. It doesn't keep me up at night. You shouldn't let it get to you. I mean, in terms of, like, you don't need to apologise. I mean, it would be nice if everyone was just sound, but I get, like, some people have got loads of stuff going on in their life. And I imagine if you've got stuff... I'm not saying this is you, by the way, but there's a lot of people who do come in the chat who've got loads of stuff going on at home and maybe just not in a great place emotionally, mentally. And you know, I imagine those types of people, if they're under a bit of pressure and the team's getting beat, you know, yeah, some guys having a laugh at your team online, yeah, you probably would go on and call him some not so nice stuff. So, I don't take it to heart. It says more about them than it does me. Cleared away. Ooh, that was better. Finding it hard to get through. There's plenty that do. Oh, yeah. Do you know, it's funny. It's really funny. The amount of people who come on and have a pop and they've got, like, the full, like, name, business, like, proper... I mean, I kind of respect that a little bit because it means, like, at least they're standing on their opinion. Like, if I think you're a prick, I don't like you, and here's my name and where I work and everything. I get that. It's fine. It's cool. But it is... Oh, lucky Spain. I kind of get that. The anonymous accounts, they're the little, usually, you know, 12, 13-year-olds, so you don't really give them much shrift. But... There's a fella who had a pop at me and said, I only watch this guy now in case he drops down dead during the game. I was like, fuck. And then it was like, I hope it happens. I can't wait for it to happen next season. And I was like, dude, you don't know. I'm just a guy, like, watching a game of football. I've got a family. I've got a little girl. What are you wishing death on me for, man? And I didn't respond. I didn't say anything back to him. But I went on his profile, I clicked on his profile, and I found him. He had a business name in his profile. So I found him on LinkedIn. I didn't even do anything, I just looked at him on LinkedIn. I got a message in my inbox saying, "Hiya mate, just wanted to say, I was bang out of order for messaging you, for saying that in them comments. I shouldn't have said it and all this stuff." And I would never have said anything, but you never want to, like, ruin someone's life because of something stupid they've said. But yeah, I would advise strongly, if you're going to be a dick online, maybe don't leave, like, your full address and name and job and everything, because, like, I'm not arsed, but I imagine there's some people out there who'd be very vindictive and would say things like, you know, I know where this guy works, I'm going to get him sacked because he's, you know, said some racist or nasty stuff online. Scouser, all right, mate, I'm happy with my second spot in your fantasy football at the moment with 5 players to play. Nice. Good work. I've not seen the Fantasy League result yet. I'll have to have a look. Oliver Dwyer, thoughts on Sage as new Palace manager? He's a very, very good manager. Yeah, I think he'll do well for Palace. Did really well at Lens. If they give him time, he's similar to Glasden in some ways. A bit of a student of the Jurgen Klopp way of thinking. Not sure about 3 at the back, but he does like high intensity pressing and great run. Spain, strike, hit it. Oh, again. Last few minutes, they're struggling. It's going to be a late one, this, isn't it? It's going to be a late one if they're going to pinch it at all. All bets down here, really, isn't it, if Spain don't win? The old ways, think every Arsenal fan jumped here on the thought that you'd be some ultra-mental Arsenal hater. The disappointment now we're all here for nostalgic tat and the half-time quiz. I know. I often wonder, maybe the channel would be much bigger and more lucrative if I was some, ultra Arsenal hater. Who knows? I genuinely think this is either going to be a late win or a draw. They're really struggling. Yeah, I think it's looking that way, isn't it? The more you see in this set up, I'm not seeing too many real... I mean, Spain have had very few actual chances. Lamine Yamal here, dancing. Chance here. It's going to be a corner kick. Corner to Spain. 3-star took part in a quiz last night. The final question to win the 200 in the prize round was, can you name 3 top Qatar players? Being hard of hearing, I said Hendricks, Clapton and Richards. I like that. I'm going to remember that one. My dad would like that one. That boy Johnny, I was joking at first, but Cape Verde could smash and grab if they hold out. It's wishful thinking. Well, it's another couple of changes for Cape Verde. Montero's gone off for Arcanjo. And it's a corner for them to defend. 11 minutes plus added time. Spain, the tournament favourites, are drawing with Cape Verde. Cucurella heads it back in. Vizinha can't quite get to it. Headed away. Spain breaking the area. Fabulous ball in. Oh, that's a wonderful defensive clearance again. It's going to be a throw-in on the far side. Biggest upset of all time if Cape Verde gets something. I mean, I'm not sure about biggest upset of all time, but it'd be up there. I still think Senegal beating France was the one that shocked everyone. Saudi Arabia beating Argentina, of course. That was another one. Been quite a few shocks. But yeah, this would be the first shock of the tournament, wouldn't it? For sure. There's no doubt if Cape Verde managed to get something. Here's Rodri. Why is Rodri at left wing? What are Spain doing? This makes no sense. Why have you got Rodri at left wing? Got players all over the place. You don't want him there. Terrible ball in from Yamal. Oh, this is just shocking. Curaçao's coach has got the sack. Who? Dick Advocar? Has he really? Oh, what a ball. Lamine Yamal. Got to get the pass in. Corner kick, ref. Last 10. Big last 10. Yeah, Advocar's not been sacked, has he? Dani Olmo's come on now for Spain. Ferran Torres off. Doesn't really seem like a mega positive move, does it? Yeah, Dick Advocar has not been sacked. Spain getting a bit desperate now. Yeah, I think so too. There's always one big shock in the group stages, says 3-star. Well, this might be the first big one. VAR turned over the corner. I don't like that. Look at the state of that. Attempts on target, Cape Verde 0. Spain 6. Here's Lamine Yamal. Great turn. Excellent defending again. Here's Cucurella. Cape Verde defending for their lives here. Flicked on. What is that? Cucurella backstick. Terrible shot. So easy. It's just too easy from a Spain point of view. It'd be really disappointing if you're a Spanish fan watching this. You'd be thinking to yourself, what is De La Fuente doing? I'm looking at the manager thinking, got players in all the wrong positions here. They're picking the ball up in entirely the wrong area of the pitch as well. Rodri's been out on the left wing. You know, they spent most of the game having Cucurella as the furthest up on the left-hand side. They've spent, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know why they've got players, fullbacks and CDMs, number 6s basically, in the wide areas, trying to take on fullbacks and get to the byline, put crosses in. What is this? Spain versus Arsenal. Not that bad. Cape Verde. Come on, we could do with a Cape Verde shot on target here. Nah, it's not going to count. Unai Simon gets it out and underway. Come on, Spain. I need one from you. Give me one. Let's break Cape Verdean hearts. I need a Spain goal to keep things alive. Cucurella. Back to Rodri. It's too easy again. Lamine Yamal. And that's going to be a throw-in Cape Verde. Throw-in for Cape Verde. Says, who are these Cape Verdean centre-backs? This is some crazy defensive masterclass. Well, Lopez, the centre-back, plays for Shamrock Rovers. Roberto Pico Lopez. He's an Irish-born Cape Verdean, and he plays for Shamrock Rovers. We'll probably be seeing him in the Champions League, Europa League qualifiers at the end of July, after the World Cup's finished. So yeah, Pico, the centre-back for Cape Verde tonight, plays for Shamrock Rovers. The other centre-back who plays alongside him, he's had a great game, Borges, plays for Al Fatih in the United Arab Emirates. 30 years. United Arab Emirates League. He's 31. They're both getting on, to be honest. Here's Cucurella. Got to get the ball right. Again, too easy. Rodri with a strike, and it's wide. Far too easy yet again. Could be on for the first 0-0 of the tournament. Five to go. Just a dreadful, dreadful performance from Spain all round, isn't it? And as much as we can say, this is not reflective of Spain, and they're still the tournament favourites. Have to say, I'm not entirely sure it's a good omen for them. This is Lamine Yamal's World Cup debut, by the way, as well. We'll always remember this. World Cup debut. Maybe a bit of an embarrassing result for Spain in the context. Ball out to Cucurella. Rodri finds Cucurella. Back to Rodri. Just so easy, so slow. They've got to speed it up. One touch stuff, Spain. Here's Yamal. Too casual. Far too casual. Madhouse, I keep saying, Henrik Larsson's dad was from Cape Verde. Henrik Larsson, maybe he could, yeah, he could have done it, couldn't he? It's going to be a throw-in. Great play from Cape Verde. Spain don't look like they're up to it. They don't look like they're up for it. Never mind, not up to it. I agree, they don't look like they're up to it, but they don't look like they're up for it. They look flat. Nico Williams about to come on. Who for? Knowing this manager, probably Rodri. Oh my God, it is. It's actually Rodri. It's Rodri who spent most of the game out on the left-hand side. This is mad. It's just crazy. I honestly have no idea at all what this manager is doing. He's had players totally in the wrong positions all game. If Cucurella is your highest and widest player, you've got a problem. And the same with Marcos Llorente on the right-hand side. So that's got to be down to the manager. Big questions. Big questions for De La Fuente. Won the Euros with Spain, 2 Nations Leagues. Dani Olmo, big chance. Got to finish this. Oh, big deflection. Excellent play. Oyarzabal got the strike and a massive block. Again, I think it was Borges, was it? Is it Borges who gets the block? No, it's Pico. Pico, the Shamrock Rovers defender who we've just been talking about. Oh, gets a bit of a block on it. It was probably just going in as well, that. Deflects off his back. Corner Spain. Good effort. Here we go. Corner for Spain. Played short. That's not what you want. Lamine Yamal. Deflection. And too easy again. Cape Verde scramble it away. Just all dead easy. Dead easy, this. They'll do this all day. It's a training ground exercise for Cape Verde. Danny Olmo puts the ball straight out of play. Dreadful. Throwing for Cape Verde. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Might get maybe 4 or 5 minutes of added on time at the end of this game, but it's a truly woeful performance from Spain, and one that will set tongues wagging across Europe. Be quite a few people regretting picking Spain as their favourite. Me being one of them. This charming Dan, even if Spain win it now, it'll be embarrassing needing a late goal. I think there'll still be questions raised, won't there? You know, you'll still look at the manager and say, what are you doing? Why have you had these players in this position? There just doesn't seem to be any urgency. Look at that, Lamine Yamal giving the ball away. So easy. And now Cape Verde on the counter-attack. Hey, maybe there will be a sting in the tail here. Cape Verde, 60 seconds to go. They've got players in the box as well. They're committing. Hit it, lad. Hit it. Deflection. Oh, it's going to be a corner, Cape Verde. Woohoo! We might have a late chance here. The Blue Sharks might just have a little sting in the tail. Might get a shot on target. Well, I needed a shot on target and a Spain winner. So I'd take that now. If there's a header from Cape Verde and it goes straight at Unai Simon and then Spain win it in injury time, I am, tops off. Tops coming off. Ball whipped in. Header. Shot on target. We've had it. There you go. We've had a shot on target. I now need a Spain winner. A Spain winner. Go on, lad. Down the touchline. How many minutes have we got? Not like that. Not like that. 5 added minutes. 5 added minutes. Come on. I've had my shot on target. I just need the Spain goal now. Spain goal is enough. Come on. Help a brother out. I mean, I'll be made up. I'll kind of be made up if Cape Verde manage it as well. It's going to be a corner kick. Good defending again. Borges had a hell of a game. Madhouse says Patrice Evra's mum was of Cape Verdean heritage. Small world, eh? Hey, there you go. Spain lack a striker. That's true, yeah. They've not really got a proper centre forward, have they? Cucurella. Why would you play that all the way back? Oh, you've not got time, lads. You can't fanny about with it here like this. You've got 4 minutes. 4 minutes. You can't keep doing this. Don't it, that. Here's Lamine Yamal. Strike. Deflects off his own player. And Cape Verde come away with it. And now, again, there's chances if Cape Verde commit. Oh, so poor. So there's chances on the counter for these if they really want it, you know. Shell says Cape Verde goal, he's the man of the match for me. I'd agree. Cape Verde man of the match has definitely been Vozinha in the Cape Verde goal. The emotional heart. Here's Cucurella. Oh, so slow again. Slow. Pick it up. Ball out to Yamal. Spain in the area. Great run. Might be a dive coming here, you know. It's getting that time, isn't it? It's getting desperate. Yamal, he's getting doubled up on. Oh, and even his magic's feigning. And that's going to be a free kick and a yellow card to Cape for Spain. Cape Verde free kick. Dreadful from Pedri. There's 5 minutes of extra time. There was Leo, but we are almost 3 minutes in, so there's only 2 to go. 120 seconds for Spain to avoid an opening game embarrassment in Atlanta. Silly from Pedri, that. Really silly. Cucurella has been so negative in his places, Aneda. Yeah, I mean, do you know what? I kind of feel a little bit for Cucurella, though. The blame has to sit with De La Fuente for that. The manager has got Cucurella high and wide. In the nicest possible way, if you put a left back that high up the pitch, they will make more negative choices. They will, play it safe, play backwards. You want a player that will try and take some chances. Your Nico Williamses. Players like that. Lamine Yamal. Maybe even Jeremy Pino would have been a great option. But he's picked quite a negative starting lineup. And I think what we've seen has been exactly that. Quite a negative performance from Spain. A pretty dull and pedestrian performance. Cape Verde are coming forward here again. It's it, lad. It's it. Oh, is that another corner? Yeah, is it? No, goal kick. Sliced it. 90 seconds or so left. Can Spain break hearts? I don't think so. They've not really done anything in this entire game. I actually think the biggest shock at this point would be Spain winning it. Here's Nico Williams. Driving into the area. Gets it all wrong. Cape Verde clear it away. Too easy. Last minute. Nico Williams. Here's Dani Olmo. Over to Lamine Yamal. They're trying to get it to him at every opportunity. Good ball in. Cleared away by Borges again. Lamine Yamal in the area. Hit it. Deflection. Corner kick. Is it given as a corner? I think it is. Last chance saloon for Spain. Last chance saloon. Is maybe Unai Simon going to come up and give us a chance? No, he stays in his goal. Last chance for Spain. Corner comes in. Lamine Yamal floated in. Header. Oh, and it just goes out on the far side. And that's probably that. I think that's going to be it, That's game over. How do you like it? Spain 0, Cape Verde 0. There you go. Referee's blown up. Full time. Absolute madness in this one. Spain. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Disappointing. Couldn't buy a goal tonight. Absolutely right, mate. Absolutely right. Listen, if you're watching along, we are going to be back in about 45 minutes. 45 minutes time. I will be back for Belgium against Egypt. Should be a really, really good game, that one. Rudy Garcia's Belgium against Hossam Hassan's Egypt. Kevin De Bruyne against Mo Salah. We'll talk more about this game. We'll talk more about the World Cup in general, but we'll be back 15 minutes before kickoff. That one kicks off at 8 p.m. UK time. I'll be live at 7:45. Vozinha, there he is. Look at him getting man of the match, and congratulations from all his teammates. Absolutely unbelievable performance from the 40-year-old goalkeeper who plays for Chaves in the second division of Portugal. 40 years of age, that fella. Wow. What an absolutely unbelievable performance. This charming Dan Key, I put the link to that video in the chat before. If you didn't see it, the channel's called Offside Emotions. Right, cool. Cheers, mate. I'll have a look at it. Thank you very much for that. If there's quite a few of you in the chat now, do me a favour before you leave, if you can. Hit like on the video. It really helps push the channel out to a few more people. Hit like. Subscribe as well if you want to see more games like this. I am live throughout the World Cup. And thanks again for everyone, for all your support, for all your watching, comments and all that good stuff. Really appreciate you so much. It means an awful lot. Thank you very much. Take it easy, and I will see you in 45 minutes for Belgium versus Egypt. See you soon. Ta-da.